right now are making a massive mistake. If you're a Muslim living in the West and you think that the rise of the far right is just racism, my friend, you are living in a bubble.
It's hard to breathe, but that's alright.
When a party that's labelled far right wins, people expect certain reactions, but that's not what happened. Watch this.
Right now are making a massive mistake. If you're a Muslim living in the West and you think that the rise of the far right is just racism, my friend, you are living in a bubble. Yes, racism exists, obviously, but pretending that every single concern that people have about immigration or integration is racist is exactly why these movements keep growing. Because from their perspective, Muslim people just don't listen. We just say they're racist and ignore them. Meanwhile, you're comfortable in your own little ecosystem, the same ecosystem that they're saying people aren't integrating with. Halal shops, mosques, and your own community. Outside of that bubble, look around. Public sentiment is shifting. Even young British men who grew up in diverse schools are starting to lean a lot more nationalist. And that's not because they woke up one day and decided to hate on minorities, but it's because they feel like their country is changing and no one's allowed to talk about it. And so if Muslims keep on dismissing every criticism as racism, you are not stopping the far right. In fact, you're growing it. Because when people feel ignored, that's when they organize. And by the time you finally decide to engage with them, it might be already too.
He said something powerful. When people feel ignored, that's when they organize.
Today is a reality check moment for the Muslims living in the UK with the rise of reform up and down the country. The sentiment of the public is not in your favour, it's not in the favour of immigrants, and this is a reality check that we have to accept. As Muslims living in the UK, we need to understand that the trajectory where this country is going is anti-Islam, okay? So we cannot complain too much about it because we were supposed to be as guests living in the house, and the host can change the rules at any time. So we cannot complain because at the end of the day we have our own houses, we have our own lands. So we were supposed to be in the UK and the West temporarily as economic migrants to make our money, and we were supposed to leave these lands and go back to our own lands. But what happened was we forced ourselves to be in an environment where it's not suitable for us to practice Islam in the first place. The rules of the house do not conform to Islam in the first place. So now the host is saying that your values and our values do not align. So the Muslims now need to understand that in order for you to preserve your Islam, your morality, your dignity, you have to now move back to your own lands. This is the highlight. This is a real issue that we need to understand now, that we need to talk about this elephant in the room now. There's no point denying these things. There's no point putting your head in the sand. You have to have these conversations now, that we have to question our existence in the UK, and for that of our kids, that do we want to be in an environment where we are not wanted, where our values are not wanted, where Islam is not wanted.
That's interesting. He addressed the elephant in the room. He said they are guests in this land. They came here to work, make their money, and eventually leave. And as guests, the host can change the rules at any time. I find this pretty interesting because the expectation online is usually very simple. A right-wing win equals outrage. Like the first guy said, equals racism, equals intolerance. But if you watch this whole video, you realize that that wasn't the tone here. Guys, let me know what you think about this in the comment section. Did you expect this at all, or were you caught off guard?